All right, peace, peace, peace. What up, man? Hopefully, first and foremost, hopefully the Most High in your house shall blessing our day by His mercies you don't consume. We're alive in one, the Most High in your house shall body, and we're naturally alive. Man, yeah. Because I want to go into this too, man. Because the brother was talking about the brother from Assembly First One. Shout out to him. We was talking about this last night a little bit. But he wasn't talking about this scripture per se. But he said, listen, like how Yahushua is needed to take us away from sin and death. How we need a redeemer, man. And also too, man, like we talked about in the last video, like how listen, like Psalms, John, Hebrews, man. The book is about the Most High Yahushua, man. Because His words are spirit. Because this is a lot of scripture. I thought, on the basic tip, I understand why it's presented that way. It's taught that way. But I want to get into this, man, about the 7 women. Let's get Isaiah 4:1, man. Kind of revive certain things, man. But from a natural tip, I understand too, man, because I understand it too. Because I'm going to touch on this because I was actually talking about this with a brother like a year or so ago. Just on this topic per se, man. Isaiah chapter 4:1. In that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, We will eat our own bread, we will wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name and take away our reproach. So she said, take away our reproach, man. So yeah, this is talking about 7 churches of Revelation. Also talking about the Most High and house shall just see house shall taking us our reproach away, man. Because a lot of times, a man can't do that. I can't, because I'm just as defiled. Then, like, say if you had, a woman or multiple wives, whatever. I can't do that because the Most High in your house tries to do that, man. First Samuel 2:25. So yeah, it says, in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel, and only let us be called by thy name, and to take away our reproach. So those 7 women, Jeremiah 6:2, Israel women. So yeah, and also too that the 7 churches, but also too I was reading this in Maccabees because it's because this is how Yahushua came to take away our reproach, man. So let's grab this real quick. First Maccabees chapter 4 and verse 45. It says they taught because this was after the temple got destroyed, but they rebuilt the temple. They built the sanctuary pretty much. It says they thought it best to pull it down. At least it be a reproach to them. At least it be a reproach to them because the temple was defiled, things of that nature. Well, but pretty much house of Esau and all the they put pork and unclean things, which was pretty much representing profane things on to something holy, pretty much a blasphemy. But They thought it best to pull it down, lest it be a reproach to them, because the heathen hath defiled it. Wherefore they pulled it down. Wherefore they pulled it down. So exactly. So exactly. So and they laid up stones in the mountain of the temple in a convenient place until there should be a prophet to show them what should be done. To shew what should be done with them. So notice how it says, listen, that would be a reproach to them, right? Things that nature in the temple, they had to take all the stuff away out now, right? But through what? Let's go to John 2 real quick, man, because this is how Yahushua came to through his death, through his temple being brought down, him being resurrected from the dead, him became to fulfill the word in the book, that's how he took away our reproach, man. Let's go John 2 in verse, yeah. Yeah, John chapter 2, verse 20. It says 21. It says, but he spake the temple of his body. So yeah. So see, that's what exactly. That's what that is too, man. Let's go to Luke real quick, man. Through his death and through him fulfilling the book, through the testimony, through the gospel, through the new covenant, man. That's how he takes away our reproach, man, from sin and death. So That's what it is, man. So that's 7 women, Isaiah. Because you know what it is too. Let me say this too, man. Because honestly, even in that, right? Because like when we see all this stuff like that, then and all, actually that's what Second Ezra goes into. Like the bride they shall mourn not having bridegrooms. Pretty much women virgins shall mourn without having bridegrooms and things of that nature. And like like Jeremiah 31:22, or even on the natural tip, right? If this is spiritual, but on the natural tip as well. I was talking about this with a brother like a while back, like last year. And also too, shout out to brother Ratazan from Believers of the Way out in California. He mentioned this one time, and I agree, because even like even this on the natural tip, right? Because this is going to like the height of Jacob's trouble, because like we've been in trouble ever since we left the Most High house shop. But even height of it, like when stuff goes down, like when purges, martial law, things of that nature, and you see like all these like, because we see all the propaganda, the mother goddess worship, the feminist stuff, the like this is a women with all nations and pretty much, man, because over there with those Edomites over there in Russia, Ukraine, stuff like that, because from what I heard, like all the women was talking all this stuff, but feeding into the same propaganda and philosophies and doctrines that pretty much they teach here in America, like about like all this feminist mother goddess worship stuff, and like pretty much like Jeremiah 31 said, woman shall compass a man. But see, even in this, like on a natural tip, like with 7 women take a hold of one man, like because there's gonna be women saying like they all like and a lot of like just how Noah shut the door. A lot of men will shoot, whether they in the world, out the world, they're not gonna be one to hear that from these women. Like, no, y'all's on this other stuff talking about this whole, because I'm not with the whole gender war thing. It is what it is, but I'm saying the reality of it. Listen, a lot of men are like, listen, no, you save yourself. I'm not dealing with you, because listen, like because even in the judgment, when the Most High Yahshua does that, like with women, like because because listen, it says like it says really about what's going to happen, like especially with women, without husbands, things that nature. Not. Let's get a second of this real quick. Let's look at that real quick. Look. And also too spiritually, he's talking about, let's go on with Matthew 25, but let's look at this real quick. Yeah, pretty much, man. Because it's like, yeah, here it is, Second Ezra chapter was it 16 and verse 16 and verse 33. He says, the virgin shall mourn, having no bridegrooms, and the women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. Yeah, and the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of the famine. So yeah, that's what's gonna happen. Like that's the verse 33 is kind of spiritually lining up with Matthew 25, and if you really think about it. But also too, man, but that's gonna happen, man, because I remember last year the job I was at, they was telling me about how like, well, Joe Brown was trying to bring back the Army draft, because here, and when I think of that, like even purges, martial law, wars, all that stuff, they probably gonna bring that back. Like who knows? But it's like pursuant to prophecy, like Army draft back. Because I remember last year, one of my supervisor, he was talking about like he said, oh yeah, Joe Biden's talking about bringing like the Army draft back. Listen, that prophecy, that's probably gonna happen, man. So like and it will happen in our time, I'm not sure, but yeah, man, that's what's going to happen. So not only that, the husband that do have, they probably going like die in those wars, but when they perish of the famine, things of that nature. So like even when but it says virgin shall mourn, having no bridegrooms, man. So having yeah, man. So that's just is what it is, man. But even through all that, because with all that stuff, man, like because all like the Brother Chronicles you just said, like he said on his old channel, man. He said, listen, like even the women, and no matter much be, excuse my language, shit they talk, man, they're gonna even the brothers in Discord that, man, like he said, listen, women, even when the stuff that's being pushed on them, they still listen to a man no matter what. They still like, even all this propaganda and stuff like that. You see it like the TV commercials, things that nature, the movies, like now with all this women action heroes and all the men being dumb and all this stuff like that. Women, they still listen to men. When the stuff really hits the fan, man, they're going to naturally go to the nearest man possible, man. So that's just is what it is too. But what it is too, what even in see, that's even even in that judgment, right? Even when the Most High, but like the brother Ratazan said, like, one time when he does, like, when the Most High does these things, what is he doing? He's restoring the order, even in the midst of that judgment. Because that Jeremiah 31:22, like, because that's a new thing in earth. But even in that, all this stuff, he's restoring the order. So, because he's even in the midst of his judgment, he's doing that. 1 Corinthians said, the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is a man. So that's why in the word, out the word. So even in the midst of his judgment, he's bringing that order, man. So that's like the brother said, and that's really true, man. So, cause man, that's just is what it is, man. So you got, it's not like that. I'm not trying to like get on that, but I'm just saying what it is, man. Cause like the brother sent me first one say, even when we read the word back in Egypt, Rome, even like you always they always was charged to kill the male babies, man. The male killed the young males, killed and let the women and the wives and the younger women live, man. So because whenever you want to attack or destroy a nation, you always start with its men, no matter what nation it is. Like you always do that. That's just like something you do, man. So so yeah, it is what it is. I'm just saying this on a natural tip, man. But yeah, so yes, I think I was about to bring something else out, but. Yeah, man. But yeah, it says in the wars, their bridegroom shall be destroyed, and their husband shall perish to the famine. So yeah, man, probably bring the army drafts back and all that stuff, man. So yeah, it says, and the virgin shall mourn, having no bridegrooms, and the woman shall mourn, having no husbands. Daughter shall mourn, having no helpers. Yeah. So yeah, so it is what it is. But spiritually, it's talking about like Matthew 25 and 1, like the bridegroom not pretty much. Virgin shall mourn, like the spiritually he's talking. But so yeah, man, that's just where I wanted to go. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's what's one. I was going to touch on that, but yeah, I'll do it because let's go to Psalms real quick because and also too on the basic tip as well. First, let's go back to Maccabees. First Maccabees chapter 5 and verse 45. It says. They thought it best down. They thought it to be best to pull it down, and at least it'd be a reproach to them because the heathen had defiled it. Wherefore they pulled it down. So yeah, man. So they pulled the so they had took all the stuff like all the profane stuff and pulled it down because it'll be reproached, like and that's taking away that reproach. It's like how Shah took away our reproach, man, like and that's the Isaiah 4 is about. Yeah, that's where I'm gonna go. Luke 1:25. I'm sorry, yeah, because this how it's like it's talking about Yahweh Shah, man, to take away our reproach from sin and death. That's where I want to go. Then I'm gonna hit that too. Luke 1:25. It says. Yep, it says, and beloved, there was a man in Jerusalem whose name was Simeon, and was the same man was just and devout, faithful and devout, and waiting. Okay, is that no? That's 2:25. I'm sorry. Luke 1:25. I'm sorry. It says, "Thus saith the Lord." It's Luke 1 chapter 25. It says, "Thus saith the Lord dealt with me in the days where He looked on me and took away my reproach among men." So yeah, exactly, man. So that's what it is, because only the Most High House could take away, that reproach. Man, it's talking about the birth of I think it's talking about the birth of John the Baptist, but no, it might be talking about the birth of John the Baptist. I haven't yeah. I think this is talking about that, or yeah, it is talking about that. But for knows how said the Lord took away the reproach because only Most High House can do that. That's 1 Samuel 2:20. Let's go with 1 Samuel 2:25. Yeah. 1 Samuel 2:25, it says, if one man sin against another, the judge shall judge him. But if a man sin against the Lord, who shall entreat him? With understanding, they hearken not unto the voice of their father, because the Lord would slay them. Exactly. So yeah, well, there could be reconciliation if we sin against one another. How Shah gave the game in that Matthew 5 and other places, even in Proverbs. If there's all with your neighbor, go to your neighbor, him alone, or even if you go, how Shah said Matthew 18 or something. Even if you go to your brother, or go to your sister, and they still not trying to hear you, either bring to the congregation. They're not trying to Mary could the congregation treat him like a publican and heathen. So there can be reconciliation there before the judges' congregation, like things of that nature. I want to say prophet, but I'm not sure. Sometimes, but see, there can be reconciliation if it's man on man. But if we sin against the Most High house child, yeah, we there's no who's gonna or sin against the Lord, I should say. There has to be somebody that takes away that reproach. There has to be somebody, and that's why the Most High was. House child was the Most High manifested in the flesh, man. So just like Achan, things of that nature. He really transgressed. He sinned against the Lord. He pretty much he went against a direct order from the Most High, and he did that. So him and his family got put to death. Saul, same thing. So it is what it is, man. So so that's just that's just is what it is, man. I try to bring that out. I was gonna bring out Psalms 106 and 35 as I'll bring that out on the natural tip, talking about the reproach, from the heathen, man. And that's what it was, man. Too. Let's get Psalms 106 and 30, because I can go on the whole soliloquy about that, but I'm not gonna do that. Psalms 106 and 35. But we were mingled among the heathen and learned their works. So yeah, that's why they'll be reproached. Is that listen, now that's going to be ye holy, be ye separate, man. Because that Leviticus 20, man, it's not only just going to other nations, going to the people within your own nation, man. Even sometimes within the word, even in that. So and it's in Ezra, and you see this happen with the let's go Ezra 6 and 21. Ezra 6 and 21. It says, Ezra 6 and 20, exactly. This is what we said. Separate. It says, and the children of Israel, which were come out of captivity, and all such as had separated themselves unto them from the filthiness of the heathen, of the land, and to seek the Lord, the Lord Yahweh, Lord God of Israel, and did eat. So yeah, let's read First Maccabees 4 again, man. It says, First Maccabees 4 and 45, they thought it to be best to pull it down, lest it be reproached to them, because the heathen had defiled it, and wherefore they had pulled it down. So yeah, man. So that's just is what it is, man. So and that's what we see this in Ezra 6 and 21. But yeah, man. Hopefully this is edifying, man. Just going to that Isaiah, taking away that reproach, man. That's talking about how shot the 7 churches, and also too how he took away our reproach from sin and death, and for that reconciliation back to the Father, him and the Father too. So yeah, man. So hopefully this is edifying, man. So peace.